us today, who will be talking about the CABS guide. Everybody knows Professor Arvind really well. He has an extensive research and a teaching profile. And over to you, Professor Arvind.
Thank you. Thank you, Akanksha, for this opportunity. And thank you for all of you to be here, actually, to attend this session, because I know it's a kind of a school holidays. And if you have kids, you know how difficult it is. So, yeah, thanks a lot. And so today, like, I will talk about CABS, which we talk a lot. Like we always say, when it comes to publication, we always say, okay, look, you have to look for the journals ranking, whether it's a 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star. And what does it mean? So today, what we'll do, we will go through this CABS thing, what we call it, Chartered Association of Business Schools. And I haven't prepared any presentation, so there's no presentation. But what I'm going to do, I will share my screen, and my screen, I will type in Google Chartered Association of Business School, and we will go through from there. So I will open the website, I will go through the website so that you can see this later as well, unless this session is recorded. So you can take a look later as well uh, if you forget something or if you want to recap or take a look at again. Okay, so let me take a look if I can share my screen. Akanksha, is it possible to share my screen or no? Can I do that?
Yes, it is possible. I've given you the
Perfect.
rights.
Perfect. Thank you. So what I'm going to do, let me share my screen. So I'm here. I'm pressing this button share on, I think, screen, this one. Okay, so now you can see my screen. So we are here. And what I did, like before starting this session, before joining this session, I just typed like Chartered Association of Business Schools. This is what we call it, CABS in UK. And this is kind of, as you see, it's kind of an association of business schools, specifically focused on the UK business schools. So I'm here, I type this one in Google, and whatever comes first. So first thing you will see, it says charteredabs.org. I'm opening this one in a new tab. So now what's happening, I will see something here in the new tab. So here you can see up, okay, it says CABS, Chartered Association of Business Schools. You can see here the logo, which is quite popular, especially if you're in academics. The moment you see this one, you say, look, yep, this is CABS official thing. And it's all about business schools. So here you can see a great business schools, great for business and society. And you go down, and then you have a lot of other information, so which are quite useful, especially if you are a educator in UK in business school, or if you are from a student or parents point of view as well, if you want to take a look, or if you're a researcher, you want to know about business schools in UK. So this is kind of a very, very good website. So I go here, so you are scrolling down here, and it says like 1 in 6 of all students are studying business and management. So it's a good thing for us. It's a kind of a 1 in 6 means 15%, I think 16, 17% students are studying a business management in UK. So it's a good for economy and good for the business school people. And the moment we go here you can see it says CMB, Certified Management Business Educator. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this one as well. You need to do a lot of like training sessions, and then you can get a certification for a year. And then again, if you want to renew it, you need to show that you are doing something on these teaching fronts. So that's like for the teaching one, CMB. And next to this one, you can see it says AJG 2024. And it's small, it's very, very small. I'm wearing my glasses, then also I'm struggling to read. It says Academic Journal Guide. So this is the one which we are exploring. And when somebody says, okay, you have to take a look at CABS website. So what does it mean? First of all, you have to go on this one, Chartered ABS website, abs.org. And from here, scroll down and you come to this one, okay, where it says AJG 2024. And I'm clicking here, view here. So here we go. And here it says Academic Journal Guide. So now we are here. I'm scrolling down. So here, this is interesting. Here it says a purpose of the Academic Journal Guide, which is quite important. I always believe if you are new to academic publishing, especially in UK context, you need to take a look. But we'll go through this one as well in a minute. And Now, if you see, this is trickier. Here it says view the academic journal guide. So we are concerned about this one. We want to view this one. And now you have to log in or register here. So this is very, very tricky, especially if you're first timer. I mean, registration process quite simple. It looks simple, but when you have to select a password, it's very, very tricky. It was trickier for me, but later I just picked a random password and it worked for me. So you go here. If you're already registered, let's see if I'm already registered or not. I click here, log in, and what it says, oh, I'm already registered. I logged in earlier. So it didn't ask me for username and password. If you're not registered earlier, then it will ask you for a username and password. So you need to enter, first time you need to create a username, like something like a any email ID. You can use your personal email ID as well. So no need to worry if you think that, oh, you don't have your official email ID, or if you say like you don't want to use official email ID, you can use your personal email ID and you can create your profile here. So here I think like it's my profile here. Yeah, it says welcome Arvind, all these kind of things. Uh, we'll go back again here. So we are concerned about this one. So this is kind of a your journal guide. And here you can take a look at methodology as well. This is something not very important from our point of view. Our point of view is like this uh, list which is here. So we are going to talk about this one. But before I touch this one, before I explore this one, let me go through quickly with this methodology, which is, I mean, quite easy to understand. So I click here. So it says we encourage all users to read the methodology to understand how the journal ratings are based upon peer review and evaluation informed by citation data. So we are not going to go in depth in methodology, but there are few things which I believe we can quickly take a look. Okay, so here it's acknowledgement, introduction, aims. So like why they this new came in 2024, this list, because they want to take a look what about the new journals, if new journals are coming up which were not included in 2021 list. So that was the main reason for this 2024. And then they have like something new. They have a four no they have a contextual. So we will take a look at appendix 1 and 2. They have some contextual factors as well, which they talk about later. So let's go here. They talk about managing committee. You don't need to worry about these thing. I mean, these are there. I mean, why they are there? Because so that you can get an idea that, okay, like this is like managed by academics, like people who are working in universities, people who are doing good research in their specific area. So you can take a look here. Uh, specific people. I'm pretty sure you know some of them as well. And here from the specific core subject area point of view as well. So like accounting, you have these people who are responsible for the journals, or who are responsible for organizing all the peer review work to figure out, okay, which journals are going to be in a 1, 2, 3, or 4 star kind of a category, or which journals are going to be new one coming joining 2024 or going out as well. So you can see all from journal management, uh, human resource, information system. You have all these people who are responsible for these specific disciplines. And now this is interesting. So here, what it says. So here it says our guiding principles on how to use the AJG, how to use. So it says, as the name suggests, AJG stands for Academic Journal Guide, is a guide. It should not be used as a one-stop shop to decide where to publish, nor to evaluate individuals' research output. So this is kind of a very clear cut what they are saying. They are saying, okay, this is just a guide, as we say, academic journal guide. So it's not just kind of only thing which describes your research output. It's one of the most important things. Okay, so it's a guide. Like you can take a look at guide, and it says the AJG should be used responsibly. This is something we always say. It should be used responsibly in line with the principles of best practices in the assessment of scholarly research as outlined by DORA and Leighton manifesto. So it's like if you're familiar with like these kind of a DORA and later manifestos, what these stands for, DORA manifesto says that it's necessary to take a look at the publication which is published in the journal. So what kind of a journal is that one, or whether that journal is there like a professional journal, or the journal has a good reputation in that specific region or area or in that subject category. So DORA and Leighton manifestos are not a very quantitative, very specific like AJG guide. In this academic journal guide, you will see very clear cut 1, 2, 3, 4. In DORA, a manifesto and later manifesto is not very clear cut. It's quite subjective. They say you have to take a look at the uh, publication outlet, where it's published, or what kind of a journal, and whether that journal was in a specific sector or in a specific region. And next one says, no single evaluation approach applies to all contexts. We advise that users of the guide should also seek advice and recommendations from peers and the academic community more generally. So this is what we always say, that this guide is there, but you need to speak with people who are expert in your research area, or who are more senior in the research point of view. So take a look at their research publication or take their advice, and then you can use this a academic journal guide as well. Okay, so we'll go forward. We are not going to go through all. Uh, there's two more things. There are two tables actually, which I'm going to talk about them here, and then we'll go to the main list. Okay, so here is a process like uh, how they include these new journals in this academic journal guide 2024. You can take a look, but I mean, we don't need to worry about the process, because process is quite robust. So what they do, they first invite all these journals to submit if they want to be included in this journal guide, and when they receive the application, then they organize peer review process, which is like people who are doing research work in that area, and also respected people in professional background, from professional background as well. Then they do evaluation, and that's finals. But you can go through it later. So I'm not going to go through here. And let's go forward, forward. Okay, this is something, rating definitions, which we always talk about. And that's something I'm pretty sure you hear a lot when we say try to publish in 3 and 4. So this is something here. And the ref criteria. So when we take a look at the ref criteria, ref says like 3 and 4 criteria. So what does it mean? If you compare it here, it feels like it's quite similar to ref criteria, or like ref has taken something from here, or they have taken something from them. It's kind of a overlap. So you will find there are a lot of overlapping. So when you see like a 4-star criteria, it says that there are a small number of grade 4 journals are recognized worldwide as exemplars of excellence. So you can see that it's like a best of the best in the world. And then you have 4, uh, all journals rated 4, whether included in the journal of distinction category or not, published most original and best executed research. So you can see you have a similarity. There is an overlap between when we take a look at the ref criteria, in which ref says, okay, this is like a ref standard 3-star, 4-star, 2, or 1, which is quite similar to this one. So that's why when we take a look like where we have to publish, if we take a rough idea that, okay, these are kind of a rough guide. So if we follow this one, then you have some kind of a rough idea that, okay, your journal, if you are picking something here in 3-star or 4-star level, it will be almost same in ref criteria as well. But it's not always true. It's not always 100%. It's not like a 100% same academic journal guide, which is 3-star journal, is going to be 3 in ref. So there is no 100%, but more or less, it's kind of it works okay. If you're publishing something in a journal which is in academic journal guide is 3 or 4-star level, you have a good chances that in ref internal evaluation as well, it will be considered as 3 or 4. But if the paper is really not up to the mark, then maybe 2 as well. So there is no guarantee. That's something you need to understand. But ref takes this as a kind of a benchmark kind of. They say, oh, look, yeah, you can take a look, CABS guide. So this is the criteria. You can take a look in depth later. And here, this is interesting. I'll talk about this one. This is something you need to know. Uh, they have this table. Okay, this is the table. So this is an interesting table. Here in this table, you will see you have these kind of a subject areas like accounting, and here you have a distribution of journals across ratings. So you have a 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star journals. And this top row means number of journals in 2024 list, so list which is the latest one. And this lower one, lower row, it represents the number of journals from 2021. So if you take a look in accounting, so in 2021 as well, there were 6 journals which were rated at ABS 4 in Academic Journal Guide, and in 2024 as well 4. Here you will see change. So in accounting, in 2021, this list, there were 21 journals, and now in 2024, there is a new addition of 1 journal. So you will see 22 here. In a 2 star level, there were 32 journals in 2021, and again 34 in 2024 as well. If you take a look, 1 star in accounting, there were 27 journals, and now they have one extra here. There was one extra in 21 because the bottom one is 21 and the top one is 24. I guess like they got rid of 1 journal here. So this is interesting to take a look. If you're an accounting person, then you say, oh, like you have 4 journals, 6 journals, which are 4 star level. So not many, but you can see you have a 22 level, 22 journals at 3 star level. So this top row is 2024 list, which is the current one, and this is the last one, 2021. And if you go further, like business and economic history, which is like another area, I'm not sure whether we have in business school many people who focus on that much on economic history, but there are a lot who focus on economics, econometrics, and stats. So here, if you take a look, they have a 27 journals which are 4 star level. So 27 journals. So and the thing is, in 2021 as well, in 2021 as well, there were like 27 journals. So there is no change here, no change in the 3 star level as well. So it's like same. 2 star level, there is a one addition, and then 1 star, you will see almost 21 new journals which enter into a one level. So you can see in economics and econometric area, they have like 355 journals. Out of 355, almost 100, like 27, 67, 94 journals, which are in 4 and 3 categories. So you can argue that, okay, like if you're in accounting, you will say, oh, look, I have just 6 journals in 4 star level. Uh, but economics person has like 27, but this is how it works. If you're in entrepreneurship and a small business management, you have just 3 journals in 4 star level, and also 6 and 3 stars. So you have in total 9 journals which are at 4 and 3 level. So if you go further, finance 8 or 4 star, and then you have a 32 and 3. General management ethics here, human resource. So just 5 journals in 4 star and 9 and 3 star. If you go further, information system innovation, this is tricky. So if you are publishing hardcore in innovation, so it means you have just 2 journals which are 4 star. And in 2021 as well, there were only 2 journals which were 4 star and 5 journals in 3 star. So you have just like 7 journals in total if you are planning to publish something hardcore in innovation. So what's the next thing? So you say, look, uh, you want to publish something which is like another area, like interdisciplinary. So you switch from innovation, you link innovation with something else. You try to link it with general management, or try to link it with economics. Is perfect because you have 27 journals to publish or to play around. So like you can argue that, okay, all these subject areas, they don't have an equal number of journals. So that's something, a little bit of a drawback, which sometimes academics feel. But again, it also increases interdisciplinary research as well. So people start to do research in different fields. So if you take a look, IB, if you are publishing hardcore in international business area, you have just 2 journals, which are 4 star level. So again, you will say, if you're in innovation or international business, you say like you have just 2 journals to publish. So it's quite challenging. And if you ask economics people, they will say the same thing. Even if they have 27 journals and 27 in a 4 star and 67 3 star, it's difficult to publish there as well. So it's difficult to publish in any 3 star, 4 star. let's go in operations, which is my department. So say we have just four journals in 4 star, nine in 3 star. So it's still quite low in single digit. If we take a look, let's go regional studies. So you have a three. Again, a strategy is tricky. Like you have just three journals in 4 star level and two in 3 stars, so you have just five journals. So this is something you have to take a look if you are in strategy area, and if you want to publish in hardcore strategy area, you will realize you have just five journals. So what you will do, either you try to publish in hardcore your strategy area, or you say, look, maybe I will try to publish something interdisciplinary, speak with somebody who is published in different areas, like something, I don't know, like if you know something about marketing information system, link with them, general management. So that's something it works. So in total, there are 1,822 journals from 2020 list, and 1,698 from the last 2021 list. Again, this is something I thought again it's necessary to know that how many journals are there in your research area. And this is kind of the way how they did all these kind of a consultation for the journals. Again, this is not something to look for. Okay, now let's go back to the main thing. This is the journal. So this is the list, and here you can see you have the various filters here. So filters means you can filter. So now you know that, okay, you have different subject areas. So if you say, like, you're totally new to this one, you say, like, I know about my subject area, I'm in marketing. Perfect. So you take a look, filter. I click here where you see this one drop down menu. You click here and you have a field. So under field, you click here and then you have here. So if you say you are in marketing, so you go here, international business, innovation, management, marketing. So you tick this one, and here you have a list of journals here. So here what it says here, if you take a look, this is marketing and 4 star, again the top one. So you'll see a Journal of Consumer Psychology, Journal of Consumer Research, these are 4 star. And this is the ranking in 2024 academic journal guide. Here says this is from 2021, last evaluation as well, it was rated as 4 star, top level. This is like site score ranking, so it's like number of citations uh, in the journal over a period of time, over 5 years. I think if you click here you will see, yes, it's like based on the standardized 5 year mean of number of citations. I guess it's like a from 2017 to 21. Um, then you have this is a SNIP rank, which is like again it's a ranking on the basis of number of citations as well. And this is SCR. SCR is tricky. So this is also number of citations, but here this ranking is SCR ranking is more when they rank journal on the basis of the published outlets. So like cited outlets. So SCR rank is if they say like if you have a same paper published at two cited by three journals. So if the journal is if all these journals are like 4 star journals, so it will rank higher. If all these three journals are 1 star journals, then it will rate them lower. So uh, SCR rank differentiate between the quality of journals, where it's cited. So if you have a one paper which is published in Journal of Consumer Psychology, so it means you say my paper published in 4 star journal. Now your paper can be cited by somebody who is publishing a paper in a 1 star journal. If it's cited in a 1 star journal, then SCR rank will be low. If it's cited in another 4 star or 3 star level, its ranking will be higher. So SCR ranking is more dependent on journals' reputation as well. And this is like a impact factor ranking. So if you click here, you can see rank of general impact factor within subject field based on again last 5 years mean. So usually like you don't need to bother about these things because the moment you have this AJG 2024, this is the most important thing. And this is like SDG content. This is new one. This they started from 2024. So what does it mean? It says how many papers tick boxes of these so UN Sustainable Development Goals, like 17 sustainable goals. How many papers they tick, like boxes, like one or two boxes, or at least one boxes out of 17 boxes. So you can see like 8% papers here. You can see in second one 6%. But again, this is not something which is the decision making criteria, or like on the basis of which you select journals. You select journals on the basis of this ranking. So if you go here, so your marketing, if you take a look, you will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you have 4-star rated. Okay, then you have 4, so you can go for this one as well. 2, 4, and then you have a 3. So you go here, you can take a look here. uh, 3-star, all these, and then you will come to 2, and later you will come to 1 as well. That's it here. And the good thing is that you have like all the names, so you don't you have like all the information. So if you go to scroll here, then you will get a bit more information about the journal. So you have like the policy documents. So these are the new one. If you want to see like how how many how many of citations are published in policy documentation, so you can get this one as well. These last 4 columns are new. They started from 2024. But again, this is not something most important. But if we take a look, like international co-authorship, so you can figure out that, okay, look, this journal of first one, like Journal of Consumer Psychology, is like 45% authors are international co-authorship. Academic, non-academic collaboration, you can see it's like it's mostly academic journals. So you will see only 7% have non-academic collaboration. And citation policy documents, so you will see you have a less uh, paper cited in policy documentation. So these 4 are new columns which you can see here. But again, when you decide in which journal you want to publish, usually these the first one is the main thing. So you focus on this one again. And you can go on the next page as well. So if you go here, because 1-star journals are more. So if you go here, then again, you have a list here. So and you can click them as well. So you can get more detail as well. So if you say you want to know more about the journal, so you can get more information about the journal. So I just clicked on Journal of Business to Business Marketing. You can take a look. This is journal's full name, field this one, ISSN number, ESSN, publisher. You can get some idea, okay, about the journal, scholarly output, this one. Okay, so it's like there is an increase percentage change in scholarly output. So you will see there's an increase, and they give the whole history. So it's like you can get the detailed history that this year is up in 2024 is 1-star. Before that, it used to be 2. So you can see that this journal from 2010 to 2021, it used to be in 2-star category, and then in 2024 they moved it from 2 to 1. So you can see like these things move as well. So sometimes you will see some journals go out from this list, mostly 1 or 2. Usually 3-star journals, they don't go out of this list, and 4-star as well. uh, so here you can take a look at more detailed information, like which SDG they focus on. So you will see they focus on one paper on SDG 3, 13 on more SDG 9, which is industry innovation. So 19 on partnership, which is SDG 17. So yeah, so you have like all these kind of information here. So you can take a look here. And now like let's take a look. If I go different, let's click this one. And now if I want to go to innovation, so you click on innovation again, you have this thing. So this is kind of a broad list. So if I want to check, okay, research policy, I say, oh yeah, I heard a lot about research policy. Click on this one and you get the detailed picture. So you can say, oh yeah, research policy. Okay, this is one. And then you can say, okay, look, yep, there's a 12% increase, not much increase in the publications. And you can see that, okay, from 2010 to 2015, it used to be 4, and then suddenly from 2018, it's a 4-star. So you can see it's going 4-star from last 3 evaluations. So you can see it's a good journal. And so, yeah, this is the way to take a look up, just pinpoint any journal. So if you say like, if you say, oh, this is kind of a Asia Journal of Technology Innovation, you go here and you take a look here. You say, look, yep, this is a journal. And here you will realize that there is no history beyond 2018. So you see, like this journal first came into this list in 2018. So before 2018, it was not in this ABS list. And that's the kind of a quite standard. Sometimes journal just like take a look at this one. This is like Annals of Science and Technology Policy. It was not there in 2021. It came straight in 2024. So if I go here, if I want to know more about this journal, you click here up and you get the now Publishers Inc. or something, a different publisher, never heard. And it doesn't have any detailed information. Why? Because it came straightforward in 2024. So it came in last year's list. So it doesn't have any past data. So you can see. And the thing is, uh, why this is here, so there are different reasons, because they invite these journals to submit their proposal that if they want to be included, and then they do peer review process, and if they find that okay, they have a like a good quality papers they publish and they have a good standard, then they will take them. They sometimes they take them directly to 2 level, or sometimes just one. uh, Rarely they take them to 3 levels, but that's the kind of a how it works. So you see, you have these channels. And if you say like you are in a marketing area, but you say, oh look, I heard like people talk about sector studies. So you go here and you say, I want to take a look, what does it mean when it comes to sector studies? So I'm going here, information management, innovation management, development, psychology, sector studies. I'll say this is something I want to focus on. So here you will say, okay, look, yeah, and then we realize, oh, look, sector studies, you have these 4-star journals. You say Annals of Tourism Research. So here you can figure out, okay, look, this is a 4-star journal, but it's basically in tourism sector. So you take a look here, take a look at history as well. I always say, take a look at history. So this journal from 2010 onwards, it's always rated 4. So it means there is something good in this journal. So this is kind of a good journal. So you can see like all these parameters as well. So you can see SDG as well. So take a look at SDG related papers. So SDG 3, good health and well-being, which can be linked with the tourism. So they have a 33. Or decent work and economic growth. So this is something gig economy people sometimes link with tourism sector. So again, you can see SDG 8 was represented here. So, or responsible consumption and production, which is obviously very appropriate for the tourism sector. So you can see SDG 12 output is here. And yeah, so you can see like editorial board. So this is again interesting. You can always try to figure out like how the editorial board is consist of. So man, woman, so like 51% man, a woman, 49%. Uh, and yeah, so all these kind of things. So it's kind of a you can take a quick look at the journal, so you can get a feel that okay, how this journal is all about, and who are the publishers. So that's something like if you take a look here, it says publisher, so you can see elsewhere is a publisher, and which is something you can always correlate with. If you say something is good journal, look at the publisher, then you say like yeah, this is kind of reasonable. And if you take a look, next is Journal of Service Research. So this is something more journal, because first one is Annals of Tourism Research. So it means you need to have your research which has something to do at least with the tourism. But the second one is more Journal of Service Research. So anything if you're doing on service sector, you can always try to correlate with this one. So let's take a look at this journal. And it's like a Sage publisher, it's a good publisher, you can see. And scholarly output, there is a decrease because from 18 to 21, there were like 112, and from 14 to 17, 115. So uh, 3 papers less, so minus 3%. And look at this one. It used to be 3 level in 2010. And then in 2015, it moved to 4, and after that, it's just a 4, straightforward. So you can see more detail here, SDG SDG as well, like which SDG they represent most. Not many, I think now. Uh, yeah, so it's a kind of a quite good to take a look. And the thing is, before you want to just publish straightforward, like without knowing a journal, this is a quick review kind of a thing. So you get a feel because some journals, if you're in publishing like from last few years, then you know that okay, all these publishers, if a journal is published by Emerald, Taylor and Francis, elsewhere, Springer, they have like kind of different styles. So like they want different types of paper and different types of formatting as well. So you can take a look like what kind of a if you are more familiar with Emerald, then you take a look at like Emerald Journal. Sage has a little bit different kind of a formatting style, so that's pretty okay as well. It's easy to change as well. But if you have a paper which has been already rejected by the same publisher, then you can always take a look. Oh yeah, if I'm happy to change the publisher, then you have to change a little bit about a formatting style as well, and that's something you have to take a look in advance. So, uh, take a look at these journals, and there are like 1,700 journals in total in all these kind of in all these fields. They have like 22 management fields they represent. So if we take a look, I think there are 22 if I'm not wrong. So if we take a look from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 2. Yeah, 22. So they are last time there were 22 cells, I thought maybe they're still at 22. Yeah, so they're still 22. They haven't changed. So they represent 22 business fields or areas in business management. So I think like it doesn't matter like in which core area you do research, you can always find somewhere home. So like if you, and sector studies always say, if you feel like you don't, your research is quite different, it's very difficult to put your research into one specific category or one specific field. If you say, look, my research is not that much into strategy and also not into marketing or any information system or something else, then you take a look here. You say, like, yeah, can you correlate, can you link your research to any of these sector studies? Tourism service research, which is just a service sector. This is again tourism or travel, transportation. So again, a little bit trickier, more linked to with logistic people. Energy journal. So this is something you can always, if we talk about sustainability, but more linked with the energy, like non-conventional energy sources, all these kind of a thing, you can go for this kind of a journal, energy journal, which is a ABS3 Sage, a very good journal. And if we take a look at history, so always what I do when I want to look for a new journal, I always look for history. So if it's from last 15 years, it's always three. It's coming three stars. So it means it's a good journal and it's not going to go up, it's not going to disappear from the list straight away. So food policy, if you do some research in the area of like you say, like more into a food processing industry or something linked with the agriculture kind of a thing, you can link your topic here. Hospitality, again, this is bit out of like our main core business management area, sustainable tourism, voluntary sector. This is, I really love it actually. Non-profit and voluntary sector. This is something like because there are a lot of people who do a lot of work with charity. So if you are one of those people who say like I'm more into charity sector, my research is not directly linked with the core management functions. As I'm more into like voluntary, not for profit, charity sector, NGOs, non-government organizations. Then you can go for this step for this journal. I would say, and you can take a look at this journal as well. It says sector studies, not non-profit voluntary sector. And again, you can see it's solid journal from last 15 years. It's always coming at two-star level. So you will say that, okay, this is not a something journal which is going to disappear in next CABS evaluation. Now it will stay here. And you can see like it's ticking lots many boxes for SDG as well. The SDG 1, no poverty, 13 papers, and decent work and economic growth, 12. reduced inequalities 18. So it's kind of a very good, like if you're focusing more most of your work on SDGs, because I know like we have like a lot of researchers in our business school who are linking their work to SDGs. And also this is like one of our business schools goal as well, to have like more publications if possible towards ticking all these boxes in SDGs. So this is a win-win situation for everybody. So because journal is 3 star, and you're ticking a lot of boxes in SDG terms as well. And yeah, it's a voluntary sector. So take a look again. Other journals like Leisure Research, which is like a bit uh, not in the core management. Building research and information. This is something we have like a what you call it, built environment kind of a thing. So this is more applicable for the built environment people. Energy policy, which is again a good journal, which publishes paper which are more on like a subjective form kind of a thing, more conceptual paper. That's a major difference between energy policy and there was a another journal, energy journal. Energy journal takes more quantitative paper, and where is that? And energy policy takes more subjective kind of a papers. Okay, so yeah, you can take a look. So I think the trick here is to find some time, because there's so many journals, like 1700 journals to take a look. And we always talk about 3 4 star, but I always say two are always good as well. So if you take a look, 2 star journals, I mean, event management, if you are in event management or project management, you can always link it here as well, event management journal. And if you haven't published earlier, I think this is a good starting point. Environmental management, again, if you are starting something like for the first time academic publishing, and if your research area is more on sustainable and management or environmental science, something, focus on these type of journals. So sector studies, I wouldn't use this easy, but they're really good one to start. And Journal of Sport Management. So I think like we have some researchers in our business school who focus on sports management. So this is a good one. So they have two journals, Journal of Sports Economics and Journal of Sport Management. So you can go here. And yeah, so it's kind of a good uh, good journals here. Sports Management Review again here, as you can see, but a lot of on tourism. So they are all 2 stars, uh, and we always say 2 stars is a good starting point. It's not bad. It's fairly decent if you haven't published. Uh, so I think like before you go straight forward to 4 or 3, I think it's good to start with the 2 or even 1. I mean, take a look at 1 star. Like 1 star is also okay. British Food Journal. This is a very good journal. I know like this journal very well. I know some few of editors here. So Emerald Publishers, very good journal. I mean, this ranking 1 is not. I wouldn't say it doesn't justify properly its reputation and its quality of the papers it publishes. The British Food Journal is a very good journal, but it's one sector studies is one from last 15 years. But it's a good journal to publish first time if you have your research linked with the food industry. And take a look here, because it ticks SDG boxes. So you have zero hunger, 126 paper, which is ticking SDG2. So you can see you have uh, is more concerned with the SDG papers. So papers are more ticking the boxes in SDG. So I think like this is kind of a very good starting point for somebody who has some kind of a research work focusing on food industry or something linked with the with cognate areas linked with the food, because it takes a lot of SDG boxes, and which is again one of the main core area where when we talk about publication outlets, so we say like if you are taking in your publication a lot of SDG points, then it's a good one. So take a look at this one as well. British Food Journal, digital policy. I know we have few researchers who are quite good in IT digital policy kind of a thing. So they take more like this journal, digital policy regulation and governance. They take a lot of papers uh, on like policy kind of a thing. So more like a professional paper. So they take less. Academic rigor paper. So if you have a paper in which you use survey or simulation, you have less chances they will take. Even if it's a 1 star journal, they have less chances that they will take your paper. But if you have more like policy related paper, which is more subjective, or some kind of a case study, or single case study, uh, talking about like any digital policies implication on governance or something similar to that one, then you will see you have a good chances here. And take a look at history from 2018 to 2024. It's coming up. It entered in 2018. So you will see that this journal has a good chances to go into level 2 in next evaluation. So you will see this journal is kind of emerging journal. I believe like next time it will be, if it comes into 2 level, I will not be surprised. So because this is a good journal. So yeah, take a look at these thing, kind of a thing. And event festival management, heritage now. So yeah, so uh, I always say if you are confused or if you are not sure that your research is not linked to the core area, like HR core area means, again, when we talk, or we say like accounting, finance, economics, marketing, HR. So like here, if you take a look again, so if you go here, so I mean, if you think that your area is none of them, if you say like you don't think that you're in accounting or economics, entrepreneurship, or general management, finance, HR, IB, these kind of a thing, then I always believe the good area is to look sector studies or look for general management. So if I go here, general management, ethics, gender, and social responsibility. This is again one if area like where you will find a lot of journals, which are like really good, but they take papers which are from all the different kind of areas. So if you take a look, Academy of Management Annals, Academy of Management Journal, Academy of Management Review, these are the top journals all over the world. If you go anywhere in the world, they are not just in UK, they are all over the world. They are the top journals in these areas. So, so if you think that your research is not fitting into any core area, try general management. But I would say these four stars are really, really tough. General management, yeah, these are really, really tough. Then you have a British Journal of Management, which is also very tough. Journal of Management Studies, very tough. Business and Society. So the moment you come to three, it's quite good. So Business and Society is interesting journal. They take a lot of papers which are linking with the societal issues, and they take a lot of subjective paper as well. So if you have a case study kind of a thing, you can put there as well. California Management Review, again, they take subjective papers. European Management, again, subjective. Gender and Society, you can link if your work is linked with some kind of a gender and society issues. So it will not fit anywhere, but it will fit here. Harvard Business Review, obviously, we all know. Journal of Business Ethics, again, very good journal, but they take a lot of quantitative papers. So maybe you will not find your paper here. I mean, this is not a suitable outlet if you are not into quantitative, and same for JBR, Journal of Business Research as well. So the idea is you take a look at the general list. So if you feel that your research is not linked to any specific area, either go for sector studies or go for this one, general management, ethics, general and social responsibility. And here you will find you have like a business and politics, which is 2-star level, which is good. So if you link your research to some kind of politics, if you say, look, yeah, my research is linking business and politics, perfect, go for this one. And yeah, so you take a look here, equality, diversity, we talk about the EDI. So if you are, I'm pretty sure we have like some researchers who are doing some good work in terms of EDI. So I think you can publish something here. If you say, look, you have done some good work, or you collected some data from the business school in terms of EDI, and you are an EDI champion doing all this good work. So I think this is a good starting point for you to publish your work, instead of you try to publish your EDI work into any business specific field. So so go for this one. I always say European Business Review, again, if it's kind of a general, take general business papers of qualitative. So yeah, very, very good. Feminist economics. This is as name says, it's a good one. Next one as well, feminist reviews. If you have uh, some kind of different a different research area, you can go here. That's the IIM Kozhikode, so it's a business school in India. They have their own journal as well. So here, if you take a look at this is interesting. This journal came in 2021 and directed 2 stars. So let's take a look why. So this journal, a Sage publisher, and before, oh, it was in 2018, it was 2. Before 2018, it was not there. So you can see in 2010, 2015, it was not there, but it directly came into level 2. And now you can see it's consistent at level 2 at 2018, 21, 24. And I'll not be surprised if it moves to level 3 in next CABC general evaluation. So this kind of again can be good outlet because it takes papers which are more into like a management general reviews, so quite subjective papers, but not very specific to any finance accounting areas. So yeah, so here you can take a look. Management decision. This is very good journal. Again, takes a good uh, subjective papers, but again, they are not restricted. So if you think that your research is linking with like a little bit of like marketing, but more about general how manage top level management takes decision on the basis of marketing inputs or something, your paper is like quite suited for this journal. Okay, unless you have like a very focused paper on marketing, then you go on marketing journal. Otherwise, you try to go on management decision or these type of journals. And if you take a look here, this came into this list in 2010, level 1, then moved on to a level 2, and it's consistent only on level 2 from 15, 18, 21, 24. So this is again a good journal. So yeah, so take a look at these journal. So if you feel your uh, research is not very clear cut, or you are not doing very core research in that area. Sometimes what I must like, you're doing a research in your area, but you realize that somewhere that okay, you're not doing hardcore that specific core area research. Your research is more interdisciplinary. Then go for this where it says general management. This is something you can go for: general management, ethics, gender, and social responsibility, and you will find a suitable journal. Any doubt, question, query? I know like I'm kind of like 4 minutes left, but we can go forward. Shall I stop sharing and then we can take some questions, or do you have any question from here? Then I can stay on this, that I can stay sharing my screen. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, good. Yeah, so here, like I was saying, like here, so your field and you have a yes publisher. Yeah, you can also short like you can also find the journals on the basis of publisher as well. Yeah, sorry, Akanksha. Yeah, so shall I stop sharing and then we can take questions if there are any, or they can send me questions later as well. So that's totally up to them. So I think if I stop sharing, then it will be easier for people to see. Yep. So I stop sharing. Yep. Doris is here. I think Doris. Yep.
Yeah, sorry, I had real
Hi, Doris.
internet problems earlier and had to go on my phone, which did all sorts of things. So I had to leave and come back again. I think it turned camera on and whatever. Anyway, internet's back now. I just had a question through via email from Suresh, who's probably here, that I just thought, sorry, Suresh, I hope you don't mind, might be worthwhile sharing with others. And that is a kind of question around how can I use or what can I apply for with regards to the research budget, which we should have again next year. And the question was around, you know, what if I want to do some further training or do something to, you know, enable me to target 3-star journals. And I just thought that might be useful to talk about. Is that okay, Arvind? I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I don't know
please.
whether you've come across this, but I certainly have management learning, for example, is a journal, and others do it as well, that sometimes they run development workshops. Yeah. So some of the 3 or 4-star journals do that. it's not a guarantee. I've equally heard of somebody who did that with a kind of management learning education. They went there, did a 2-day event. I certainly did one once with management learning, a 2-day event, and I did get published in management learning after. So it can sometimes work or it can't. But maybe if you want to do training, those might be good ones. If you have a really good reputable journal, you know, that is recommended, turns out to be 3 or 4 set, and they do development something, that I think is something that I'd like to see as an application for research budget use. I mean, we're now to the end of the budget year deadline, so it would now be next year's. But if anybody's interested in that, I think those are can be really useful. So you go there, but you need a paper that's quite far developed, but you go there, you attend some sessions with the editors, they talk through, you know, and then sometimes you also get the chance to send it in and get feedback. I think those ones, if you can find something like that, really useful. Again, apologies, Suresh, that you know, if I overstepped the mark there, but I just thought it's a really good question actually from you. And yes, if it is training of that sort, absolutely apply for funding.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Is actually, yeah. And the thing is, like, sometimes these 3-4 star journals, like what they do when they have calls for papers, they always say, "Oh, look, we are doing this session, and all the researchers who are interested, they can come and they can ask us questions as well." Online session, like what kind of papers they are expecting, or what kind of a research problem they are looking for. So I think that it's always good to take a look at these kind of calls as well, where these kind of guest editors, they are saying that we are running a session, and then you can take a look. Okay, look, yeah, it's kind of a, sometimes they give you some kind of some vital information that, okay, what kind of things they're looking for. Sometimes they say, like, they give you that, okay, they're taking more like case study papers this time, or more survey papers kind of a thing. So keep an eye on these kind of things as well, where these guest editors of these special call for papers are organizing these kind of sessions, and then they organize some kind of trainings as well. And sometimes trainings are free. They say, oh, look, yeah, we are going to organize some training programs on these kind of methodologies or these kind of areas. So yeah, okay. Thanks, Sorush. Anything else or any other doubt, question, query? Good. Obviously, you can always drop me an email, like you know my email ID. So if there is any query, or like if there is any issue you want to discuss, or any journal, obviously I don't know all 1,000, 1,800, 800 journals, but I know a few journals. So if you want to discuss any journal, like whether it's appropriate or not, I can give you some rough idea, but not guaranteed. Maybe you'll come up with the journal. I don't know anything about the journal, so that's fairly okay. But yeah, if you have any journal in mind, and if you think that you are planning to submit a paper in that journal, and you want my opinion, I can always take a look at the journal and give you some kind of a feedback. Okay. Lovely.
I think there are no more questions as such. Thank you so much, Arvind, for all the information. Very, very insightful. Are there any other questions, or we can officially close the session? No more questions. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Arvind.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks.
Thank you.